Okay, guys, for everyone that has climbed the ladder, everyone that's followed the teachings and the manuscript and the formula for climbing a ladder, I have the next step for you. Everyone else that didn't, I'm going to come up with more techniques for you guys to use. And go ahead, and if you haven't climbed a ladder, go ahead in the column box below. Go ahead and let me know and what you're having issues with, and I'll try to direct you to the right video or make a new one to effectuate the issue that we're having. But for everyone that is and has climbed a ladder, everyone that's followed Neville Goddard's formula here and has climbed a ladder, we're going to move to the next level. And this next level is counting $100 bills. I know I had a testimonial in one of my videos, most of you guys have probably seen it, where I had manifested $10,000 in cash by counting it, by actually counting it. So first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to get a $100 bill, or even a 50. If you can't find a 100, find a $50 bill, that's fine. What we're gonna do is the $100 bill, and I want you to grab the bill and I want you to study it. I want you to turn it back and forth. I want you to feel the $100 bill. I want you to feel it. I want you to smell it. And I really want you just to work with it for a good 10, 20 minutes and just study the front to back. And before you go to sleep at night, I want you to follow the formula, and I want you to count $100 bills, $1,000 stacks. And I just want you to count, not a specific amount, but I just want you to start feeling this. I want you to feel the $100 bills and start counting it and start looking at the money and smelling it and working with it. Just work with this money. You can make it $100,000, as high as you can count, okay? As high as you can count, and just keep doing this for 30 minutes as you're falling asleep. This is the next step. I know we want to work into other things, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this because I have a strategy with this. And if you guys haven't seen the testimony with me with the $10,000 and how I created that $10,000, I can I'll go into that a little more with detail right now. And it was I was trying to create the $10,000, and what I did was actually, when I first started doing this, my grandfather had taught me all this. I started counting $100 bills just to test the formula. So I got a $100 bill and I studied it and I turned it back and forth, and I studied the $100 bill and I counted out $10,000 is what I started with. I counted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I did 10 stacks. I did 10 stacks of $100 bills, which was $10,000. And I did this for, I think it was about 7 or 8 days, okay? And I had an incident where I had gone into a bank, and somebody at the bank had turned around and said, I keep counting my money, but I think I'm counting it wrong. Can you help me count my money? And it was a Bank of America that I had gone into. And this was after I started counting the money, but I wasn't taking in the proper ownership of the money when I was counting. I was just counting the money because I was concentrated so much on counting it, I wasn't concentrating and focused on the money actually being mine. So when I was counting out the money for him, it ended up being $9,800 that I counted for him. It was really simple. It was really, really close to what I was manifesting in my imagination at night. So what I did was I went back into my imaginal acts, and I started counting again. And as I was counting it, I started doing it so much, it became really natural to me to be counting this money. So as I was getting more natural in counting it, it became more natural to me or easier for me to actually feel the ownership of it as I was doing it. Because the more you do it, the easier everything becomes, and you evolve into it. So the more you do this, the better you will become. So you start small, work your way up, and just develop your mind, the muscle of your mind, to be able to do these things. But this is the next exercise I wanted to implement with you guys. And it is counting $100 bills. And this is for all the people that have climbed the ladder. And everybody that has climbed the ladder, I want you to move to the next round, and we are going to the next stage here. And everyone that's done the smelling of the roses and the phone call as well, and if that's worked for you, also, you have also passed the test. And come on with me, come on back to the back of the Wilshire Ebell Theater, because we are going to the next level, guys. And for everybody that hasn't climbed the ladder and is having difficulties with that, I'm gonna make a failure type video for you guys, and try to get you up to speed and try to work some of these things out. And maybe it has something to do with some mental blockages that you have, and we're gonna work through that as well. So I'm gonna get with you on that, guys. And but go ahead and get this going. Start counting the $100 bills. Get a $100 bill, feel it, work with it, study the $100 bill, start counting out stacks of $100 bills before you go to sleep at night. I want you to take 30 minutes out before you usually go to sleep, and I want you to plug into the theta waves or the delta waves with headphones. Doesn't matter where you find them. It's my channel. I don't care. You don't have to do that on my channel. You can find them somewhere else if you want, but I do have them on my channel. I have a playlist on my channel. There's a playlist for meditation and for things designed for implementing and pushing you into that stage of sleep. Because a lot of people get really excited when they're counting money or doing other things where people are falling in love with them, or they're getting all these amazing things. So they're obviously going to be really excited. So what these theta waves will do is they'll help you transition into sleep and get into that drowsy state without being so excited. And before you know it, you wake up the next morning and you'll be like, okay, what happened? Oh, I fell asleep. Okay, so I wanted to get this out with you guys, and this is the next step for everybody that's climbed a ladder. All right, guys, I love you guys. Stay tuned, and I will be posting up soon.